everyone. Welcome to Yoga with Susan. Today's class is going to be a Vinyassa class. But first, before we get into that, we're going to get situated here and do a little bit of warm up. So first, we're going to get centered by taking some nice long breaths in and out. So breathing through your nose, a nice long inhale, either through your nose or sighing it out for the exhale. Let's do that twice more. Inhaling, nice long inhale. And a nice long exhale. One more time like that with your own breath. All right, and then let's bring our arms up, taking a breath in, and our arms down, taking a breath out. Let's do that 2 more times, taking a breath in, and a breath out. And once more like that. All right, let's hook our thumbs together, bringing our hands up above our head, keeping your thumbs together if you're able to, and then stretching up and over to the side. Coming back to the middle and up and over to the other side. Back to the middle, let's go each way again. Up and then over to the side. Back to the middle and the other way. Let's bring our arms down. We're going to interlace our hands behind our back, pulling back on our hands. I'll just turn this way so you can see. I'm just kind of bringing my hands down back behind me. And then let's bring our hands in front. Interlacing our hands and bringing our arms up above our head one more time. And bringing our arms back down. Let's have our hands out in front of us. We're going to bring both arms to the side, bending one elbow, coming back to the front and going the other way. Let's do this a couple more times, maybe adding on a little twist to the side, back to the front, twisting the other way. One more time each way with this little twisting and back and twisting. All right, let's come now to a forward fold. We'll come halfway to start with. Let's have our hands on our thighs, or maybe they're on your shins, having a flat back here, having the weight kind of back on your heels. And then we'll fold forward, letting yourself just hang forward, maybe holding your opposite elbows. You can have a little bend in your knees, maybe swaying side to side. Just letting yourself hang, and then we'll slowly rise back up to standing. All right, let's take a breath here in our Tadasana, feeling our feet grounded into the earth, breathing in and breathing out. Okay, we're going to bring our arms up on the inhale, and then swan dive down on the exhale. Coming halfway up on the inhale, back down on the exhale, and sweeping back up. Taking a breath in, bringing our hands to our heart. Okay, we're going to come to the top of our mat. If you're not using a mat, just have some space back behind where you can straighten out your legs. We're going to breathe in again, bringing our arms up, and breathe out with the swan dive down. Coming halfway up, flat back. This time putting our hands down on the mat. You'll have to bend your knees to get your hands down on your mat. Stepping back with one leg and then the other. And now we're in plank pose. So making a nice straight plank here. Let's take a breath in and a breath out. And then we'll lower down. You can lower down by lowering your knees, chest, chin, and then straightening out on your mat. All right, so here we are now in Sphinx pose. We're just resting on our forearms, toes are pointed back. We're going to move into Cobra by bringing our hands back a little bit. Our elbows are pointing back. We're going to inhale, rising up, and then exhale back down. Let's do that again. Rising into Cobra, feeling your toes pointing back and back down. We'll do it one more time. Inhaling into cobra or maybe upward dog by straightening your arms and you're on the tops of your feet. And then we'll come into downward facing dog. Now, if you're able to just flip your toes over to come to down dog, that's good. Otherwise, you can move through tabletop to get to your downward dog. You can bend one knee, straighten the other, and then alternating which knee is bent and which knee is straight in downward facing dog. All right, we're going to come into our tabletop position just for a couple of cat-cow stretches, arching our back up for the cat, lowering, coming through our shoulders for the cow. Let's do that just one more time with the cat and then the cow. All right, we're coming into downward dog again. You might want to move your hands a little more forward, tucking your toes, lifting your hips. All right, we're in downward facing dog here. Now, a vinyasa is going from downward dog into plank. So let's come into plank and then lowering down, either knees, chest, chin, or you could lower down chaturanga, your choice. And then rising into cobra or maybe upward dog, and then coming back into downward dog. Let's do that one more time. So we're downward dog and then plank. Chaturanga, you're lowering down like a plank and then coming into cobra or upward dog, and then flipping your toes under back to downward dog. Or moving through tabletop to downward dog. Let's lift our left leg up behind us. We're going to bring our knee towards our nose, shift our weight forward, and put our foot between our hands. We're going to rise into crescent pose today. So we're staying on the toes of our back foot. And your feet are like they're on railroad tracks instead of a tightrope. So they're a ways apart. We're going to rise up into crescent pose. All right, very good. And if you want, you can put your hands together above your head and maybe have a smidge of a back bend here in crescent. And then we're coming back with our arms apart. We're going to separate our arms and twist, twisting crescent. And then bring our arms back up. Separating the other way, twisting the other way, sorry about that. And if you lose your balance, it's okay. We're going to put our hands back down to the mat. We're stepping back into plank. We're doing that vinyasa again, lowering down, inhaling, cobra, exhaling, downward dog. Now this next time, we're lifting up our right leg behind us. We're bringing our knee towards our nose, shifting our weight forward, putting our foot between our hands, rising into crescent pose on this side. Maybe your hands together above your head, maybe a little bit of a back bend. And then let's separate our hands. We're going to do the twist to one side, back to the center, and twist to the other side. Hi there. All right, coming back to the middle, lowering our arms back down, stepping back into plank, going through the vinyasa. You can lower knees, chest, chin if you want. That makes it a little easier than doing the chaturanga. And here we are back in downward dog. All right, we're going to do that again. We're going to, actually, sorry, we're not doing exactly that again. We're going to do warrior two this time. So we're going to lift our left leg up, bring it between our hands, this time adjusting our back foot. So the heel of our front foot makes an imaginary line through the arch of our back foot, and then we'll just windmill our hands up. And we're in warrior two. All right. Let's take a look over our front hand here in warrior two. Try to be right in the middle. Thinking about having weight on both feet. And we'll just take a couple breaths here in our warrior two. And then we're going to turn our front palm up, reach it up to the sky. Our back hand is just very lightly on our back leg for the reverse warrior pose. coming back to warrior two. And then we'll do side angle by bending our elbow, placing our forearm on our knee. And we can have our arm up in the air, or maybe make a nice long line here for side angle. And then we'll rise back to warrior two. And we're going to do something called dancing warrior. So we're going to go from warrior two to reverse warrior, warrior two, and side angle. One breath each movement. Inhaling warrior two, exhaling reverse warrior. Inhaling warrior two, exhaling side angle, coming back to warrior two. All right, let's step both of our feet facing forward now. We're going to make a star. And then we're going to step our feet together. We're going to come to the top of our mat. We're going to take a breath in and a breath out with the swan dive down. Inhaling halfway up. Exhaling, our hands come down to the mat, stepping back into plank. And then lowering down, maybe try chaturanga this time on the lowering. And then maybe try an upward dog if that works for you. And then downward dog. We're doing the other side. We're lifting up our right leg behind us. We're bringing our knee towards our nose. We're stepping our foot through. We're coming into warrior two on this side. We're going to windmill our arms around. Warrior two, I'm going to face this way, so I don't have my back towards you this whole time. All right, so we're going to take just a couple breaths here. Now in warrior two, you can either have your palm down or up, your choice. And see if you can get your knee so it's lined up right over your ankle. We're going to flip our palm up if it's not already. We're doing the reverse warrior pose. Back to warrior two. And then side angle, either your arm is up in the air or you're making a nice long line on side angle. Back to warrior two. Let's do the dancing warrior. Warrior two, reverse, warrior two, side angle, and warrior two again. Stepping both feet forward, go this way now. And so we're gonna make our star again. All right, let's do just one little extra thing here, just for fun. We'll put our hands at our heart. We're going to bend our knees. So your toes are both turned out a little bit. Bending our knees, coming into goddess pose. And then we'll straighten, coming into star. And then let's do goddess again. And the star. One more time with the goddess. And then the star. We're going to see if we can put all of that all together. Not the goddess part, but the rest of it. We're going to inhale, bringing our arms up. Exhaling, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Stepping back into plank. Lowering down. Inhaling up and exhaling, downward dog. We're going to lift our left leg. We're going to step it between our hands. We're first coming up into crescent pose. One breath, turning to the side. Coming back up, other side, twisting. Coming with our arms back up, and then our hands come to frame our foot. Stepping back into plank, lowering down. Inhaling, rising into cobra, exhaling, downward dog. We'll lift our right leg up. We're going to step it between our hands. We'll come into crescent on this side, rising up. Only one breath. We're going to turn to the side, back up, and then turn to the other side. Bringing our arms back up and then frame our foot again, stepping back into plank, lowering down, inhaling, rising up, exhaling, downward dog. Let's lift our left leg up this time. We're going to step it between our hands. We're going to windmill up to warrior two, dancing warrior. We've got a reverse warrior, just one breath. Warrior two, side angle. Warrior two, coming back with our hands, framing our foot, stepping back into plank, lowering back down. Inhaling cobra, exhaling downward dog. Let's lift our right leg up this time. We're stepping between our hands. We're rising up, windmilling into warrior two. We've got our warrior two, and then our, reversal, warrior two again, and then side angle, back to warrior two, and framing our foot, stepping into plank, lowering down, inhaling, coming up, and exhaling, downward dog. All right. Oh, very good. Nice little rest here in downward dog. And then we'll lower our knees down to the mat, maybe crossing our toes back behind us, bringing our seat towards our heels, and we're in child's pose. All right. If you want, you can stack your forearms, maybe rest your forehead on your forearms. We'll take just a couple breaths here in child's pose. And then let's lengthen our arms out again, extended child's pose. We'll walk our hands over to the right, maybe putting your left hand on top of your right. Taking a breath here. And then we'll walk our hands over to the left, maybe putting your right hand on top of your left. Taking a breath here. Coming back to the middle. And then we'll just have a seat on our mat. We're going to inhale, bringing our arms up. Exhale, bringing our arms down. We're going to do just a little twist to the side. You can have your legs straight or crossed, doesn't matter. Bringing your arms back up, turning to the side, lowering both arms on the same side. Bringing your arms back up again, turning the other way, lowering your arms down, and coming back to the middle. Always like to end the class with a little savasana. So if you want, you can come to your back. You can bring your knees in, maybe rock side to side a little bit. And if you want, you could put your hands on your knees, maybe rotating your knees around in a circle. And then we'll go the other way around with our knees. Coming into a tight ball, taking a breath in, and then exhaling. Coming into our resting pose, savasana. Let's take a nice long inhale breath. And sigh it out. Feeling yourself melting into the earth. Let's try that one more time. Nice long breath in. Sigh it out. You can stay here as long as you want in savasana, but we'll end the class here. So if you want, you can roll to one side, come back into a seated position. And let's bring our arms up one more time on the inhale and exhaling our hands to our heart. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. If you would like, you could add on one of the other classes to this, like I have one with some seated poses, which you might want to do after doing this Vinyassa class. Anyway, if you like the class, you can click the like button, and you can always click the subscribe button too if you want. Thank you so much. Hope to see you again next time. Bye now.